It all comes down to this. We arrive once again in London for the final of the Arena Games. What a weekend as it already has been. 60 of the very best whittled down to 20 after heats and repechage, and now it's the shootout to become the next world champion. Well, it is time to get racing underway. 3 stages: swim, bike, run, run, bike, swim, bike, run. The grand final is here. Clean start and into the water. First up, a 200-metre swim. Cassandra Beaugrand with a 2:10, which is incredible pace. Broke the record, and there she is in the middle. And Tim Don, she has picked up where she has left off. Cassandra Beaugrand, first to come out onto the black carpet. Big cheer for the French woman. Hats and goggles into the box, and we go onto the bike for the first time.
Now this is the part that's very interesting. Beth Potter was quicker in transition, Will, so if that goes to form, look at that. But Cassandra's had a good one. She's got those pedals turning as quickly as possible. Looks like Serrano, though, is a little bit behind there. She's really going to have some work cut out on the bike.
Beaugrand and Mathias out the front. 1 second between them. Another 1.5 back to Brugmeyer and Potter, Lynn.
And they're pushing
Beth
some
Potter
incredible
has overtaken Janet Brugmeyer there, but Mathias, Brugmeyer, Lynn, Jackson, etc., all in the mix for the world title as well. The last 200 metres of this 4-kilometre bike will be straight on to the self-powered treadmills for the run in stage 1, and then the clock will start ticking for stage 2. So
Beth makes sure she got out in front of Sophie there. Got those shoulders out, shoes on quickly. Look at Beth Potter, already hands off the grail, running in full speed.
Potter's running a 19.5 kilometres an hour, quicker than anyone else out there. And Beth Potter has streeted absolutely everyone. And every one of those seconds will be important. She gets more time to recover. Championship leader, Lynn, at the moment. As it stands, of course, she finished second, so she picked up 231 points from her round.
You can see how close they are, all lined up there. Again, they'll be watching the same screens we are. And these are the women that could really, really take away the world title here today. They're all chasing Cassandra Beaugrand at the moment, and she has opened up a healthy lead on most of the field. She really has. Beth Potter's, though, holding her quite nicely.
And I'm just hearing in my ear that Gina Serino, well, she starts to get back into it, is going to pick up a penalty. I've heard that it's shoes outside the box, so everything's got to be inside the transition box, so she's going to be held for 5 seconds when she comes off the bike. In the blue there is Rani Scribanger. She's actually moved up to second overall in the As It Stands championship race. If she finishes a couple of places above Lynn, she will be your world champion. And big gaps now, Beaugrand and Potter together. Lynn 12 seconds back, but at the moment, Sophie Lynn, the 27-year-old Aussie, has the world title in her grasp. But of course, it's Beth Potter versus Cassandra Beaugrand for the win. Here we go, 7 seconds, longest 7 seconds in Cassandra Beaugrand's life, because there goes your 2022 and reigning world champion, Beth Potter, into the water. And Beaugrand comes next, 7 seconds, and then a gap back to Lynn. She'll know, though, that the 2 women in front of her are not in the mix for the world title, and we think Scribanger will need to catch Beaugrand and pass her in order to steal it from Lynn.
They'll be giving everything now. It's a race against each other. They're actually riding next to each other. So I'm not sure which way it's going to go, but there's Sophie Lynn, who is leading the World Championship. Hot on her heels is Gina. She's really turned this around, hasn't she, from that first round?
Potter extending her lead over Cassandra Beaugrand. Beth Potter, she puts her fist in the air and she knows she has won again. She has done it in London, and she's done it in front of a packed 2,000-strong home crowd who have enjoyed a fantastic race. And congratulations as well to that woman, Sophie Lynn, who in a second will be crowned your world champion of Arena Games. And a smile for Lynn. She knows that she's your world champion.
This is what we're talking about.
About 10 seconds to go, and a big swim important already. The swim record was broken yesterday, a 2:01, clean into the water, and it'll be a very fast 50. McQueen in the yellow, a great start early on.
I think the thing with Henry here is he's not going to go full gas in the first race. He's definitely someone who builds into it, and he saves some energy. I think Chase, as you can see, he is leading. It looks so good underwater.
McQueen, though, is too strong, comes out of the water. The super swimmer McQueen in just a tick under a 2:05. Strada right with him. Great swim from the Italian.
The gaps are so tight with the top four, and Nicolo's just looking around there. He looks like he's out for a Sunday bike ride, a coffee shop ride. He really does, pushing 5.3 watts a kilo.
Strada 400 watts at the moment, heart rate 175. Carl Smith topping out at 182. He's on his way back to Paris if he can get there, and he certainly is going to bank some points from this one as they go through the rollers. They're going to turn right. And Strada has had a very good time. He's off the bike.
There's a group of athletes all within 6 seconds through 4th to 8th, so it's still everything to play for. This is the first race. The speeds they're running at, 230 metres to go. I think the second run is always a telltale sign of who's got the legs, but definitely Henry Schumann is looking very, very solid here. Chase McQueen's dropped 21 seconds here. I really hope he's feeling okay.
Meanwhile, at the other end, Nicolo Strada has finished 3.5 seconds ahead of Carl Smith. So we'll get Annie straight onto this because Henry Schumann will be looking over at Chase McQueen and going, what has happened to my championship nemesis? So Chase McQueen needs a huge run. We're getting underway. Stage 2 begins. Carl Smith is charging at the front from Maxime Huber-Moosbrugger, 21.1 k's an hour. Nearly 2 seconds up from Moosbrugger and Strada. Well, McQueen's doing what happened, well, the same in stage 1. He's dropped off the back by 4 seconds. So whatever's happening with Chase McQueen, it is not helping his title chances, his race chances, or even finishing in the top 9 in this one. He's nearly 5 seconds back on the others. Henry Schumann needs to get his skates on as he overtakes now Huber-Moosbrugger, who's dropped back a couple of seconds in the last 200 metres. Vogel's still out in the front, 1.2 seconds. Mewson has overtaken Smith. Iden has overtaken Smith. So
I've just heard Iden has a 5-second penalty for a shoe outside the box, so that is not going to help his chances here.
Well, so will Kyle Smith. So the men in second and third both had the same issue. 5-second penalties for shoes outside the box. Looks like Nicolo Strada, if he can have a decent run, is going to be hard to beat or have a very good gap going into stage 3.
Henry looks so good. He's got a high turnover. He's a smaller athlete, but look at his legs. You can see he's still got the energy to kick, while Strada's legs are lagging behind. Again, off the wall, we want a big push, a nice glide. Oh, look at that. Henry's work on the walls is fantastic. Within 50 metres, he's put a deficit of 4 seconds into a head-to-head. It's going to come down to the wire here with these two.
Well, after 8 stages across 3 countries, we arrive with a pursuit start for the world title and for the grand final victory. 7 seconds it is between Nicolo Strada and Henry Schumann. Let's go. Arena Games racing is on. Last stage of the year. Strada in the water. Schumann knows he needs to hold off the field, and if he does, he will be your world champion.
Henry here doesn't need to go too fast. He doesn't need to win the race to be a world champion. So he has to have a measured effort and measured performance here.
And Strada has held Schumann to the 7 seconds at the 150 and for the race win, looking for a potential world championship win too, but not if Henry Schumann has anything to do with it. Same gap going in as coming out onto the bike, straight to the shoes. No mistake from Schumann.
Strada there is looking strong. He really is putting the power down. He's building up to a 10-second lead, but I think Henry, he's a smart racer. He said he knows when to put the power down on the bike. It's not an even course. All he needs to do is cross that line in second to go for the world title.
But Nicolo Strada will be your London champion. How good has Nicolo Strada been? 50 metres to go now. He's jogging it in, and a big moment in the still emerging career of the Italian Nicolo Strada.
I think Henry here, he knows he's going to be a world title. Look at that smile. What that means to him will sink in over the next few days. Right now, he's probably glad it's over.
Henry Schumann is your world championship winner. He finished second in Montreal. He won in Cersei, finishes second again, and that is enough for the South African to be a world champion. And that wraps up Arena Games Triathlon for 2023. We hope you've enjoyed the season. Don't forget to join us in August for the championship season. It's going to be absolutely huge.